Hey Shri.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm amazing.
How's your leg?
It feels good. I mean, I'm road to recovery, but yeah, I still can't really balance on one foot, but taking it slow.
Guys, Srinivas, he crashed on his Interceptor about what, a week ago?
About last Sunday only.
Last Sunday.
A week
We
ago.
were supposed to go to Patiala to get the Meteor together from Patiala, but then, he ditched me. He crashed while on his way to my house.
I literally went into a ditch.
So Shri, what are we doing here?
So we are comparing these two amazing looking motorcycles that you see in front of me. And
You just rode this bike, didn't you?
I did.
And you rode it some 40 kilometers from my house to
Correct.
McDonald's, which is over there.
Correct. This seems to be our hub for reviewing motorcycles, which no doubts about it.
Alright, Shri, so you've ridden the Honda a fair bit now.
A fair bit, yeah.
But let's not talk about the Honda. First, just give me your initial impressions of what you feel about the Meteor.
So, off the top of my head, I love the seats.
Yeah?
Because I have an Interceptor, so I often complain about the seat.
You want to share out the embarrassing story about our trip? I've already shared it in a video. It's going to go live tomorrow.
But that's pretty amazing then. So I don't really need to share it right now. It'll go live tomorrow. But yeah, the seat on this one as compared to that, it's just my opinion, is much comfortable. So you can't go wrong with this seat.
Yeah, when you say that it's much comfortable, what do you mean? Can you elaborate a bit?
It supports your back and it supports your bottoms very nicely.
Okay.
And it doesn't make you wiggle in the seat for comfort. I mean, the way you sit in the first time, it's just the way how you'll be sitting, which is pretty good in my opinion.
What about the foam density? You found it to be firm?
I found it to be firm. Firm is good.
Yeah.
So firm is good, and also really wider foot pegs, because I was expecting Royal Enfield to have cylindrical ones because they always do.
Okay.
But this one is a bit flat, which makes your foot really balanced on this one, which is nice. Okay. And also I felt, if I can talk about the cons a bit.
Talk about anything and everything.
So if you can come here,
okay.
I felt that the brake lever should be a little higher than this, so that it's easier for you to press it. It's right now almost parallel to this one.
Okay.
So I was having a bit difficulty on this one. I mean, blame my height for it.
You're 6'2", right?
6'2",
You're a tall guy. In terms of, being a tall guy on a motorcycle like this, did you feel cramped or anything?
No, I did not. And the foot pegs are slightly forward positioned on this one, which I really like as compared to the Honda one. But again, it's subjective.
Yeah, again,
it's subjective. Yeah.
Preference. You prefer a cruiser or you prefer a standard motorcycle?
A cruiser, always a cruiser.
So you bought a Fatboy, so.
But also the grips really feel comfortable. You cannot get fatigued anytime soon on this ones. They really feel plush and nice, in my opinion.
Okay.
The handlebar is a bit back, so you're straightly positioned on this one, and I'm loving these retro switches. I never rode a motorcycle with these
rotary style
switches, which was pretty cool. And also I was finding, I mean, I was curious about this button. I thought this is a passing switch, but it's not.
Yeah.
I thought it's doing something on the dials. Then I figured,
switches between the
they've changed
meter A, trip meter B, odometer.
Correct. Because Royal Enfield never had that one before.
Oh yeah, I never noticed. Yeah.
So that's it. And of course, horn button is exactly positioned at where it should be.
Well,
someone is screaming that they should want the Meteor 350. So yeah, I mean, I really felt comfortable in this one, and you can't really. And of course, the only thing that I was wanting was spoke wheels on this one because it adds to the class.
Okay.
But alloy wheels means tubeless tires, which means less hassle, which means longer rides.
Of course.
It balances out nicely.
So Shri, you talked about the comfort of the seat, but what about in terms of, how it felt, in terms of the power, in terms of, the rideability,
right,
in terms of gears, if you could talk about that.
So, coming from your house, I did get into a lot of traffic, as we all do in terms of Delhi roads. It does feel surprisingly agile and nimble on Delhi roads, which is a very good thing for any rider.
Okay.
And the braking is excellent as far as it's concerned. We just witnessed something on the roads.
You did it on camera.
I did. It's on the footage. I did.
Did the ABS kick in by any chance?
It did. So it did feel a little.
Oh.
Yeah. So the ABS kicked in.
Hard.
I did.
Okay.
And I had to because the other guy wasn't braking at all. I mean, I'm not talking about you, but the other guy who was creating chaos back there.
Right.
But yeah, the braking seems nice and adequate, and the clutch also feels very light. I mean, I'm happy with the clutch.
Okay.
I mean, I am an owner of an Interceptor, which has one of the best clutches.
Yeah, it's very light.
It's very light, but this feels on par with that to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the mirrors seem adequate enough.
Yeah.
I was speaking about that. The mirrors in there are a bit smaller than this one.
Yeah. The stock length is shorter on that.
Stock length is shorter. So this is pretty adequate. Also, they don't have any bar end weights,
Yeah.
which means customizing it to a bar end mirror would be a disappointing
By
fact.
the way, it comes as an option. Okay?
It comes
this
as an option.
motorcycle, you can have it in a lot of colors. You can have a lot of customizable bits on the bike. You can
Correct.
You can have your bar and mirrors, the touring
They
mirrors
do?
that come on the Interceptor and the Continental.
Right, right.
You can have those on this bike.
Which is
You can
pretty
have
nice.
Wider foot pegs.
Which is nice. Again,
Yeah, and you can have touring seats. If you're short, which you though certainly aren't.
I don't need those two.
You can even, so this seat is fairly low, okay? You can even get a seat which is 20 millimeters lower. This
Which is a lower
765.
profile seat,
yeah,
which means
so you can get a
okay,
745 mm seat also.
which is good. And also, I noticed that there is a USB thing on it, which is
which is a regular.
thank
USB.
goodness that Royal Enfield recognizes the needs.
Maybe they made it after watching your video.
Maybe, who knows? Thank you so much for watching. But I felt really comfortable on this one. I mean, vibrations, they only kick in after what, 80 kilometers when you're crossing 80.
Right, but do they bother you?
No, not that much. No, not at all, I would say.
Okay.
Because you can clearly see who's coming behind you, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And judging from the fact that I had a classic 350 back then, it's a much better improvement on that. I mean, I still haven't got a chance to use the navigation feature, but it's
decent.
it's decent enough, yeah.
It got me out of Patiala in one go without any worries.
As long as this works, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So, Shri, talk a bit about the ride comfort of the motorcycle in terms of the suspension. You must have gone over some undulations.
So
along the way.
I am by any means not an expert on suspension or the performance, but as a layman, it felt very nice, very smooth. I mean, I deliberately rode over some potholes, not that once that the suspension need to be changed, but it felt comfortable. You don't really need to go no.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice. It felt comfortable. It felt, if I am to use the word plush, it did feel like that to me. Yeah.
What about the exhaust note? Were you able to notice
Oh,
any?
because I did comment on that on my video also, but the exhaust note is not there. The classic thump is not there because of the BS6 norms. You can't
Yeah.
really blame them for
Yeah.
that. But this one has that.
Oh yeah, the Honda has a beautiful
That's a
exhaust.
sweet sound note which this one gives. But again, it's made for long hauls, long journeys, and the sound is just an option. I mean,
Alright, so you're
I wouldn't
an
recommend it.
Interceptor owner.
Right.
I want you to talk about the quality just by looking at the motorcycle compared to the Interceptor. Do you see any difference? Do you see any advancements? Anything on those lines?
Okay, I think they're on par with each other because the build quality, I mean, according to me, it's there. Plus, I noticed that this is plastic,
Yeah.
which is a good new direction for Royal Enfield.
Yeah,
but
they just given it in metal.
in
Not
metal.
that it matters really. It doesn't matter at the end
no,
of the day.
not really. You're going to be touching this for what once every 2 weeks when you're going to refuel. Otherwise, you're not going to be bothered by this,
Yeah.
which is good. But again, plastic.
Plastic fenders.
I mean, you don't really feel that when you're behind the bars, but when you're off it, could have been better, but that's okay. They had to cost cut somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Plus, if you talk about the build quality, yeah, so I'll change my statement. The Interceptor does feel a bit better than that because this one it's just doesn't feel that premium to you.
Okay.
It's just there. I mean, it's a good thing, wider foot pegs and all, but it makes that sweet click noise. I mean, which this one also has.
Right.
But again, it doesn't matter. It gets the job done. Plus, this comes as a stock, which is a pretty good thing for your pillion.
Yeah, we'll test it out tomorrow. Yeah, we have plans.
Happy to.
So, Shri, what about the weight of the motorcycle?
I felt that it was pretty light. But again, I've ridden that about 3 to 4 weeks ago, so I need to ride that again to compare it.
Okay.
But this felt surprisingly light to me.
Okay.
Very light to me. I was easily able to navigate through traffic between wedged between two cars and all that.
Okay.
It was pretty nice.
Can you possibly tell me? Okay, please do.
It doesn't get. I mean, I rode it for about half an hour or 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get that hot.
Yeah, it does not.
It does not. It doesn't radiate all that huge. I mean, heat from there. So it's pretty good thing.
So from your small ride, okay, it's only a 40-kilometer ride that you've had on this motorcycle, and for the very first time today. Can you tell me 3 things that you think are the best thing that you felt about this motorcycle? Just name 3 things.
It handles very nicely. The seat feels very comfortable, which is a very, very good thing. And the third thing would have to be the new dials on this one.
Right.
Which feels nice. It has nothing to do with the comfort, but it gives you a lot of things, which is, in my opinion, very nice. Like, it tells you the gear indicator that you're in, it tells you the time, and
yeah,
which is
I think for new riders,
essential, not that essential, but nice to have.
It's nice to have. It's
Yeah.
nice to have. Like we spoke about earlier as well.
Exactly.
All right, now 3 things that you do not like about this motorcycle or you think could be better.
Definitely the brake lever. It could have been a little higher.
Yeah,
if
it
you
could have
can,
been angled better.
It could have been angled better. If you can adjust it, nothing like it. And what I didn't like, that has to be the horn, not horn, yeah, the horn switch. It feels a little stiff. I mean, you really need to put in that effort to put the horn, to press the horn button.
Okay.
I felt that.
Yeah, sure. So I want to add something over here. The horn, it feels like it's recessed 2 inwards. So had it been slightly outward, the you know, like just about 5 mm or 10 mm or so, maybe 10 mm is a bit much, but 5 mm, like if I could press it over here, it would have been slightly nicer. So you have to reach for the horn, I believe.
I didn't have to reach for the horn because longer fingers.
Well,
but yeah, you know, the way the pass switch is that smooth,
yeah.
the horn switch is not that smooth. I mean, again, it's just subjective.
Okay.
People might not be really notice about it.
What about the third thing? Name something else that you don't like about it.
I'm finding it hard to. I'm speechless. No, I loved it.
Okay, so
one more thing that I would like to add is that yes, having a USB thing is pretty good. So I can't really emphasize more on that one.
all right, now 3 things about the Honda that you like.
The build quality is much better,
Okay.
but this one feels more comfortable in my opinion. Like metal fenders and all. But again, build quality, the sound note, definitely, that people would definitely like that sound note. And it's a city riding bike, so it's smooth. It's smooth. I mean, you have taken it on a longer ride. Smooth.
And 3 things that you don't like about the Honda. Is there anything that you don't like about the Honda? No?
No, again, I'm not an expert, so no, I don't really have anything against Honda. I mean, oh yeah, very, very small aesthetic things, which is bigger mirrors could have been better. Having a pillion back support as a stock option would have been really better. And yeah, I mean, if I compare that one to this one now, yes, you see how the gear levers are a bit pointed towards the outside?
Yeah.
They should have been a bit more on the outside on that one also, because then you have to like really squeeze your foot to the inside and then press it.
Okay.
That's my opinion, because tall
All right.
and bigger foot.
All right. So Shri, I'm going to pose this question that, you know, at least I have not been able to find an answer to yet.
Which is?
Of the 2 bikes, you're in the market, okay? They both cost about 2.2 lakh rupees on road.
Correct.
You're a customer, you're in the market, you have 2 lakh rupees to spend. Where are you going to park your money?
I'm sitting on it right now.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Why is that? Why is that? Tell me a bit about it.
Because Royal Enfield has a niche, not a niche, but a very good fan following. I mean, people are fans of this brand of so-called, they have been a fan of this thing for ages, and since they have like changed a lot of things about it, people really want to invest in this one. And a very small thing which will affect a lot of market, this is available almost everywhere.
Yeah.
That thing is available only on Honda Big Wing.
Yeah.
So again, availability, if you are, because these are almost similar bikes in almost all the aspects, and that is hard to find, people will gravitate towards this one.
Okay. All right.
As I did. Not yet, but I'm waiting for another one.
All right. All right. All right, Sri, thank you so much. Guys, this was a very casual chat about, you know, the Royal Enfield and the Honda from a guy who has a slightly bit more casual approach towards riding.
Like I said, not an expert.
Yeah,
so
this is not a diss
layman.
towards Sri.
Yeah.
This is just, you know, somebody who likes riding but is not into all the time riding and
Or
into spec
customizing
sheets
so
and
much
exactly.
to performance. No.
This is a guy who enjoys a lot of things in life. Riding happens to be one of them.
Yep, true.
And again, you know, disclaimer, nobody has paid us to do these reviews.
That's an important disclaimer, by the way.
Well, you know, we are not biased people. Whatever we say, we speak from the heart.
We're not biased, but we're passionate.
We're passionate, yes, yes. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you so much
for watching.